Hello everyone, Nick here again on this beautiful day with Foreclosure Finder. We're out here in Eastern Connecticut at another one of my brokerage's foreclosure assignments. Going to be walking through today, first time inside the property after it's been trashed out. So we're going to start with our standard walk around. We'll probably end in the backyard, work our way through the interior of the house, work our way to the back. Property's not in too bad a shape, especially with what you've seen on the channel before. Few items that I'm noticing on the outside. The garage doors look new. The roof looks like it's been replaced more recently. We'll see some more evidence of that inside. Just walking around. Some light eating away and cracking on the steps there, but not too bad. It's going to be on an oil tank. Walking around here. This does have two driveways for parking. Walking around the side, and like I said, we'll dip into the back through the outside or through the inside of the house. Little ramp here, probably some type of wheelchair access. It's usually the case when you see something like this. Deck that's obviously seen some better days. One thing I just want to point out as we get to the fireplace here, definitely had some issues here. So I expect at some point, I mean, you can see the cracks running all the way up. I don't know if we can point it out there, but at this point, you know, this definitely has some issues going on. Not sure what I would do, maybe given the rest of the property condition, because it's honestly not too bad, but it's one thing to consider. Obviously one thing we're going to consider with the valuation. Walk into the home here, right into the kitchen, and honestly not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's not for everybody. It's got some dated styling, but realistically in terms of condition, it's really not bad at all. Again, just looking for any big glaring issues. I'm not seeing anything too crazy. Floor looks pretty even. Obviously been vacant for a little bit, got some cobwebs up in the ceiling, but overall not too bad in this kitchen. Let's go ahead and walk around. This window's been hit in some capacity. You know, maybe neighbor kid next door hit it with a baseball. So we would get that replaced. There also seems, maybe they were smokers, the ceiling definitely has some discoloration. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe they painted it or something, but definitely a mix of colors there. Coming to the living room. Nice sized living room. Hardwood's in decent shape. It does look to be the clipboard, not the real hardwood, but still pretty good shape. We got 3-prong outlets everywhere. As you can see, the fireplace does look wet. You can see some of the, looks like it's definitely getting some water, so I would expect this to need some work in some capacity, especially if you wanted to actually get it operational. We'll go ahead and let's do this. I got a little confused here last time. This house is a little choppy. We'll do the 3 bedrooms on the first floor here. And the bathroom. Got a nice big wide full bath here. This is the main bath of the house, so it's expected to be pretty large. Plenty of room to walk around. Go ahead and circle out here. Again, not too bad. I mean, tile obviously going to need some work. For the most part, I think this house is going to be mostly cosmetic. But again, just, you know, looking through, we're going to walk through, see if there's any glaring issues. Bedroom number 1, pretty good sized bedroom, nothing too crazy going on. This is where I was talking about the evidence. They had some type of roof issue. You can see the discoloration on the ceiling. That may have been the answer for the kitchen as well, which is the one thing to keep in mind, because the roof does look newer. So this, I would imagine they probably had a leak. This was the evidence of the leak, and then they ended up replacing the roof. Bedroom number 2, again, nice sized bedrooms. Power is off at this property, so I apologize for the lack of light, because the flashlight's not going to do too much. Got some nice shag carpet in here, circa 1977. And same thing, just looking for any glaring issues. We got some type of plumbing running through this bedroom here. I'm not sure what that is, or maybe it's just a, oh no, all right, it's just a bar, never mind. Again, just looking for that. One thing about this property, the windows are wood. They are not new vinyl windows, so it's not gonna be the most energy efficient. They look like they're in good shape, don't get me wrong, but energy costs being the way they are, especially in areas like the Northeast Connecticut, can be a little costly during the winter, and you know, vinyl is just more desirable. Okay. Now I gotta remember, oh, we're gonna go upstairs. We'll end in the basement. We're gonna go out the back. So let's have the second floor here. It is a cape. It is partially finished up here. So we're gonna take a look. Again, the power is off. Let me see if I can get a little light in this hallway. Probably not gonna get much. A little bit of a dungeon here, but they did finish it. You can see we do have some discoloration on the walls. I'm not sure if that's, it looks like there was some water dripping down the bottom there. So always just asking yourself, you know, trying to put the pieces together, what may have happened. Unfinished area, the attic. It's about 30 degrees warmer up here. Just again, just taking a look, anything crazy. I don't see any daylight coming from the roof here. And then they did have a little finished bathroom and area up here, so half bath. Again, nothing too crazy. Obviously seen some better days. The plumbing is shot in this property as well. There's breaks in a few of the lines. I'll show you one in this room that's visible, but we'll go ahead and walk through. This they probably just finished secondhand. You can see some of the drywall. You know, there's our plumbing. Our nice homeowner special trying to run the PEX into the copper there with the shark bite. We'll have to see that. And you just kind of see it there like that, you know. Don't like to see that as someone purchasing the property. That's a homeowner job right there. And a few other odd things in this room other than the PEX there. We got some outlets installed in the ceiling. That's a bit out of the ordinary. So we'll mention that. I don't think it's going to affect it too much. And you can see we have one replacement window up here, but the other window has definitely seen some better days. Looks like they might have been right in the process of trying to replace it. All right, that seems to be jammed. So we'll go ahead and move on here. And we'll head down into the basement now. Basement and into the backyard, wrap this up. Biggest issue selling these properties is not necessarily the condition. There's always a buyer out there, regardless of the property condition. It's just the price is the biggest factor. Go ahead and down to the basement. A little discoloration on the wall here. It does not look like mold. It doesn't smell like mold. Just looks like, you know, they just didn't wash their hands, wipe down the walls there. Coming to the mechanicals room. We're on a well and septic out here. Oil tank, the power is off. Again, just looking at the furnace, trying to find some issues. We do have some breaks in the lines. You can see right there, that pipe's supposed to be connected. And then along with what we saw in the bedroom. Well pump here. This property has been winterized, but with the plumbing being damaged, doesn't really matter. And then our oil tank. Coming to this little half, well, not even a half bath. You got a toilet. So you hit the necessities down here. Come back through. And then we'll go straight into the garage. 2-car garage, tons of room in here. Again, just looking for any issues, any deficiencies. I mean, it's pretty standard for a garage. Don't expect this place to be perfect. Again, just walking around. So the doors look new on the outside, but they don't look new from the inside. And again, just, all right, we got some mold in the corner there, so we'll be sure to note that on the valuation and make sure the appraiser notes that when they do their valuation, because that's safe, not necessarily a safety hazard, but that's something that a buyer's going to come in, you know, someone who's not a contractor or an investor and say, oh, there's mold. Hey, mold remediation. They do the whole thing. Not that other contractors won't do it, but like, you know, to a flipper, that's nothing. To the average homeowner, though, they might have an issue with that. A little bit of a finished area down here. Nothing too crazy. They had the wood paneling. Probably got water down here at some point, which is why there's no floor. This is the chimney stack, and yeah, this thing was just getting a lot of water. That would explain kind of its current condition outside. So we're definitely going to keep that in mind with the values. I'm not seeing any crazy evidence of a lot of water intrusion down here. It could have been replaced though. Again, you see the panel. Again, it's just kind of looking for clues. You know, why would there be 12 inches of new drywall on the bottom of this wall? Well, they probably had to replace it. Well, why would they have to replace 12 inches on the bottom? Probably got water, probably got mold. And that's consistent with what we're seeing in some of the other areas of the property. So just trying to walk through it, you're trying to get that general idea. We're gonna walk out to the back here. This property has something going on with the slope. Got a few of these larger holes in the backyard. I'm not sure what they were doing here or planning to do, but this is stuff I'm gonna have the preservation team either bid to fill in or Put some cones and some tape up around so no one falls in them. Heavily wooded backyard, definitely needs to be cleaned up a bit. Goes all the way, goes maybe about 20 yards to the back there, but again, just really overgrown. A lot of deferred maintenance at these properties. And then we'll take a look at the back of this bad boy. Not too bad. Just looking at the roof, I mean, the gutter's got stuff growing in them, but again, that's a lot of deferred maintenance. You see, that's pretty common at these properties. Not seeing anything too crazy out in the back here, other than, again, you know, just the eating away of some of the soil. I mean, this just looks, I don't know what would have happened here. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Maybe something with the hose bib or something like that, just coming here and a bunch of water ate it away. I'm not really sure, because you see a little bit more of it on the side of the property here too. So that's interesting. We'll have to keep that in mind. Foundation looks in decent shape though, so looks like it's just more of a landscaping issue. Well, that's going to be it today for this property. I appreciate you watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe. We're going to be doing this every week moving forward. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Enjoy.